domain, uh, working as data scientist with one of the Fortune Fortune 10 companies, and currently I am taking care of this course. So I'm the instructor of this course. So we will be covering four things in this module. We will be covering. So the name of this course is Data Science with Python, right? So it's Data Science with Python, right? So it has four modules. So we are covering Python as first module. Then we are covering statistics, stats as second module. Then once you are aware of what programming is and what stats maths is, you can solve a lot of real world problems, right? Real world problems can be of any type, right? So every data science problem, every machine learning problem aims at solving problems through which we can increase profitability of the organization. Earlier what we used to do, in IT we have two kind of services. Either we were service industry or we were product industry, right? Either we used to have a product, for example Microsoft Office, right? They have a product named Microsoft Office, they sell licenses and they earn money, right? This is one thing. Then there is second type of industry, which is services or consulting, where you solve problems of different organization. You have clients and you solve problems that we will build a website for you, we will create an app for you, we will do a software building exercise for you, or we will give you some software support, right? We were into services support and product selling kind of a business. Now with emergence of data in last 10 years, if we go down the line, from 10 years from now, there was no data, right? No data, in a way that internet was not a readily available thing, right? In India we used to go to cyber cafes to use internet, right? There was no social media. Orkut came as the first thing in 2008-9, right? So there was, e-commerce was not a term back then, right? So there was no social data readily available that companies can use and uh, to solve their real world problems, right? Now with the emergence of data in last 10 years, companies have realized that data can be a handy tool to earn money, to increase their profitability, to reduce their cost, right? So this is what the third module is, which is called machine learning, or we call it as predictive modeling, or we also call it as statistical modeling, right? Here we will solve, here we build models. Models is nothing but an algorithm or a technique or an object or a solution that solves problems related to forecasting, problems related to prediction. For example, I want to predict what will be the revenue of my company next year, right? This is a historic thing, right? Next year what will be my revenue? I want to forecast this ahead of time. So this is a machine learning problem. This is learning from the past data and predicting what can happen in future, right? For example, what will be the prices of tomato every day from tomorrow onwards for next 1 week, right? Every day prices can inflate, it can decrease, it can increase. What will be those numbers? Predict that, right? For example, I am Airtel, right? Lot of members move from Airtel to say Jio to Idea every year, right? So they have a high lapse rate or a churn rate. Churn or lapse means people migrate from one provider, one uh, network provider to the another provider, right? So if customers are moving, that's, then the company will be in loss in some way, right? New customers will also join, but if existing customers are moving, then it's a loss for you. Now they want to retain the previous customers, but uh, if you'll ask anyone in your circle, you will see either he or she will have Vodafone or Airtel or Idea or BSNL or something else, right? There will be 4 or 5 providers that are the major players in India. India, if we guess that 70% people in India have mobile phones, so it will be around 100 crores, right? We are 130 crore, so 100 crore people will have mobile phones, and it is being divided into 5 network providers only, Airtel being a major one. So Airtel we can roughly guess that Airtel has a around 30 crores, right? Every year, a lot of members lapse. So say assume 5% members move from Airtel to some other product. They are unhappy, network is not good, plans are costly, right? Everyone will have their own issues, and they move to some other. They change their numbers, right? Now, if we take 5% of 30 crores, it will be 1.5 crores, right? Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. Now, 1.5 crore people will leave every year, right? This is what my historic data is telling us. I looked at previous numbers of 2016, 17, 18, 19. Every year I found around 4-5% members move from Airtel and they join some other. Right? Now, this 5% is roughly around 1.5 crores. So, for example, if a company is earning, say, 200 rupees as profit from you every month, so in an year, they will be earning around 2400. 2400 into 1.5 crores. Imagine how big a number it is. It's a $1 billion number, right? It's a loss of billion just by just it is happening just when a customer is leaving an organization, and that is the nature of the business. Customer will leave, right? You cannot keep everyone with you engaged, right? People will leave, right? So this is a natural process where customers will leave somehow, which we are taking as 5%, right? So when you are losing a billion amount just by a natural phenomena, how can I save this money, right? This is a machine learning project. How can I save this much money that I am going to lose next year also, right? I have the same trend every year, so I am sure that this will happen next year also, right? Right. So how can I save this money, right? So machine learning will able to predict out of 30 crore customers that Airtel has currently, say today, out of which who can be those 1.5 crore customers who can leave us. They may not leave, not everyone will be leaving, but they have higher probability, higher chance to leave as compared to other customers. So customers who are on higher side of probability to leave the company, we will predict those customers and we will pitch those customers. Now we are able to understand who can be those customers, target those customers, give them some offers. If say 50% of them stays, it's a win-win situation for the company, right? You are investing very less amount of money only on the limited set of 5% customers, and you are saving customers out of that also. If we don't have machine learning models and we know 5% of these members are going to leave, how will you save those? What will you do? You will say कि हम सबके प्लान आधे कर देते हैं, राइट? सबको डिस्काउंट दे देते हैं. तो इससे क्या होगा? We will lose a lot of money, right? रेवेन्यू ही कम हो जाएगा. तुमने ऑलरेडी पहले 200 रुपए हमें प्रॉफिट होता था हर महीने, अब हमने पहले ही अपना मार्जिन कम कर दिया, तुमने रेंट कम कर दिए, तुमने डिस्काउंट देने शुरू कर दिए, तुमने ज्यादा डेटा देना शुरू कर दिए, तो हमने हमने कस्टमर बचा लिए हमने ये करके, बट हमारा प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी नहीं बढ़ा क्योंकि रेवेन्यू हम नीचे ले आए खुद ही, राइट? तो ऐसा क्या किया जाए कि हमें रेवेन्यू भी कम ना करना पड़े, कॉस्ट भी थोड़ी सी लगाएं और जो लोग छोड़ने वाले हैं वो भी बच जाए. दिस इज व्हाट मशीन लर्निंग इज. दैट्स व्हाई मशीन लर्निंग का इतना स्कोप है, या इतना इस टाइम पे इतना बूम है, बिकॉज द प्रोजेक्ट्स दैट आर इन्वॉल्वड इन मशीन लर्निंग आर $1 billion projects, and the people who will be working on that will also get a lot of money, right? So this is the market trend. People with 5-6 years of experience are getting 20-25 lakhs in speed, right? So this is the, which is not possible anywhere, right? So this is the field that can fetch any newcomer a job, because this is a relatively new field as compared to other programming languages like C++, Java, SAP, right? All these technologies, Oracle, all these technologies are existing technologies. A lot of people are there, and there will be limited companies who will be working on that. You need to select which company works on Oracle, which company works on Java, .NET, right? So you on the technical side we need to choose, but data is something that exists with everyone, right? Every company will have a customer, right? You just imagine Zomato, Swiggy, Uber, Ola, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, right? Any company will have data, or they will have clients through they can get their data, right? So data exists everywhere, so every company is working in data science, right? So there are ample opportunities, there are tons of opportunities that you can try out in the market after doing the course, right? So the main part of data science is the machine learning part, where you can do what is going to happen in future. If you are able to predict future, you can do anything, right? So this is what we are trying to. And the last phase will be SQL. SQL, you must have heard structured query language. It's a very simple English language level query, where you are trying to analyze data by writing some queries which are having some English keywords, right? So it's a simpler part that we will be covering in for. So these will be 4 modules. Basically, this is what data science is. So data science is nothing but data-driven decision making. By using data, how can I drive my business? How can I take decisions? Earlier, business owners take decisions based upon their knowledge, their business sense. But now we are backing our decisions by data. Data ये बोल रहा है, इसलिए हम ये decision लेके जा रहे हैं, right? तो डेटा से हम ट्रेंड देख रहे हैं, कैसी चीजें चल रही हैं, उसके हिसाब से क्या किया जा सकता है, किस चीज पे ज्यादा इन्वेस्ट किया जाए, किस चीज को बंद कर दिया जाए, किस चीज पे फोकस एरिया होना चाहिए, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हम फेस कर रहे हैं. तो डेटा इज समथिंग दैट इज टेलिंग अस एवरीथिंग, राइट? So this is what data science is, which is nothing but data driven decision making, earning money out of data. Okay, got it? Any questions for now? अगर किसी को आवाज नहीं आ रही तो ये चैट का भी है विंडो, मैं यहाँ पे भी हाई लिख रहा हूँ, यू कैन आस्क हियर एज वेल. बताओ कोई क्वेश्चन अभी तक जो भी हमने डिस्कस किया. नो क्वेश्चंस? Yes, no, anything. You can say no if you don't have any questions.
I think we are okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is what the modules are. This is what the curriculum is, and this is what the field is. This is what we are going to do. So we will have 8 different projects in this course, 8 real world projects. So these all will be real world projects, very close to the kind of problems we solve in real world, right? So this is more of an internship kind of a program, not just a training, right? And we will have 6 assignments, right? So these assignments will be, for example, I have given you data. It is in Excel. I have given another data. It is in text format. How will you uh, how will you load that data in Python, right? We will be using Python as a programming language. Python is a programming language through which you can do software engineering, you can build application, you can build websites, and you can also do data science, data analytics too, which is not possible in other languages. Other languages are either software building languages, software development languages, or they are data science languages like SAS, R, SQL. They just work on data, right? But Python is one language through which you can do anything in this world, right? Any problem related to software, any problem related to data, you can solve that. You can build chatbots, right? You order on apps and you find a chatbot comes over there, right? So what is that chatbot? It's a machine learning application. That is a trained algorithm, which is वहाँ कोई इंसान थोड़ी बैठा है पीछे. How it is able to understand what you are asking. You are asking where is my order, why it is late, right? How it is able to reply you the same thing that a human being can answer, right? So it is a kind of automation where we are replacing humans in a way and training machines to do a lot of things, right? For example, you have filed for thousands of people have filed for a loan, right? So they require people in the bank to manually review your application and say, yeah, you can get a loan or not, right? But since it will be thousands of application and giving a loan is a critical thing, so it will take a lot of time, right? So we need models, we need machines that can quickly tell us that this person is eligible, this person is not eligible on the fly. You just pass the data and it will give you an answer that this person can be a defaulter in future, this is a non-risky customer, you can give a loan to them, right? So this is what this field is, building artificially intelligent models which can replace human beings at times, which can do an automation kind of thing, which can solve manual work quickly within hours or minutes or seconds, right? So for example, these assignments will be like, I have given you data, how will you load that data? I'll say give me 10 insights out of that data. Tell me what are those 10 things that you can figure out of this data. How will you analyze that? What will be those 10 things you will be trying to analyze? I'll say give me 10 mistakes in this data. What are those 10 things that we can clean up, right? What are those cleaning efforts that we can do? Data will be messy, right? Data will not be readily available. Data needs to be cleaned. What are those cleaning efforts that we need to do, right? So all these things will be part of assignment, and then there will be different kind of projects on different techniques. So there are multiple techniques in machine learning. We have linear regression as one of the techniques that we will be covering every technique, and we will be building one model on one project on every technique. So linear regression is one technique where we are trying to solve a problem where you can solve problems related to, for example, you are trying to predict what will be the price of a product. You are launching a new car and you want to estimate what should be the optimal price of this car to be launched in the market, right? Market has say 100 cars. I want to launch my product. What should be the price I should set that this becomes a ready to market product? This becomes a ready made product in the market that people will like to, we will also earn profit also, right? Brand value will also improve. So predicting a price of a product is a project that we will be doing using linear regression as a technique. What linear regression is, this we will cover in our machine learning classes, right? So this will be the project. So here, price of a car or any product can be the project, right? So these are generic projects that can be used across industries, across different applications, right? Another technique is logistic regression that we will be covering. So logistic regression generally deals with problems related to probability. What is the probability that India will win the match today, right? Probability. What are the chances that you will be a defaulter on a bank loan, right? We will have chance that that person is very highly likely to default, someone is less likely to default, right? What are those chances? What is your chances to leave this organization, right? All these projects we will be doing in logistic regression, right? So this is called credit risk model. So we will be building this as one of the projects. Another project will be uh, who I want to understand. I have uh, the third technique is clustering, or we also call it as segmentation. Here, what we are doing, we are segmenting our customer base. And for example, I have 500 rupees, right? I want to launch a campaign. For example, it's New Year, and I want to launch a campaign or a promotional activity so that my sales will increase. I have 500 rupees from the business for this campaign activity, right? Now, I want to invite people that uh, there is 20% off on groceries. So I want to invite them by sending an email. Right? For sending an email, right? It takes 1 rupee per customer, right? So you can send emails to only how many? 500 people only, right? But you have 1,000 customers, right? Now you have 500 rupees. you can target 500 customers only, but in reality your customer base is 1000. How can I select, how can I cluster, how can I distinguish those 500 customers out of these 1000 customers who will have higher probability that they will be interested in my campaign, or they will visit my store, or they will open that email, right? How will I pick out those 500 customers from the 1000 customers I have, right? This is what clustering is: filtering a group of interested people for our exercise out of a pool of people we have, right? This is clustering. So we will be building one project on top of that. Then there are other machine learning techniques like random forest, gradient boosting, time series analysis, right? So we will be covering all these techniques. So, and we will be building one project on each technique. So this is the overall agenda of this course. Is it has 8 projects, 6 assignments. It's a weekends course, Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours per day of an online class. Got it? And then once we are finished with it, so this course is of 3 months. The duration of the course is 3 months, so this course includes everything. So you will get all the study material, which include all the handwritten notes. We will have the PDFs, you will have the books, you will have the assignments, we will have the data, we will have the projects, end-to-end projects, CV preparation. So CV will be prepared by me. What projects are we need to put on that, right? Based upon what is your previous experience, how to merge your previous experience, with data science. So we will be taking care of all this, and then we will have a placement support where uh, we have tie up with few consultants who hire for different organizations. So they put us their requirement, and we customize the CVs and send that these are the people who have similar skill sets, right? And also we have a huge circle of our own. Since I have now 7-8 years of experience into this field, my partners also have. So we have a huge circle of friends and colleagues, ex-colleagues, managers, HRs. So we pass your CVs to them also, right? Based upon wherever we believe that there are opportunities, we float your CVs. So this is how we take care of the placement support and the CV preparation. Right. So this is the full agenda of the course. Is and so we will be covering uh, different libraries in Python. We will be covering one library called Pandas. We will be covering NumPy as one library. We will be covering Matplotlib as one library. We will be covering sklearn as machine learning library. There is another library named StatsModel, which also does statistical modeling. So there will be a lot of libraries that we will be covering. These are all Python libraries. So we will be focusing on Python and machine learning. So these are two core skills that are required in today's era: Python as a language, and awareness of how to build a model, how to solve a real world problem. Right? So these will be the libraries we will be using. There will be other libraries too apart from that, right? So that depends upon when we will be doing the hands-on work. So everything will be hands-on, practical, right? So you will have all the case studies, all the material with you. Class codes will also be given. Codes, whatever we will be doing, the coding part will also be given to you. Yeah, this is the full agenda of this course. And yeah, let me know what are your questions now. Feel free to ask anything. हाँ जी, पूछिए पूछिए.
Yeah, Sahil, so what is the difference between this tool Spider and Anaconda for Python?
Yeah, so others may not be having an idea what the question is. So Python is a language, right? And to download Python, to run Python on your Windows machine, we download a software named Anaconda, right? So Anaconda is a kind of Play Store you have downloaded so that you can download apps, right? Now Spider is a application. This is the window I have opened is called Spider. If you'll see in the left top corner, this is written as Spider Python 3.6. So Python is the language, and that language will be run on an IDE, on a platform. That platform is Spider, right? You, for example, you want to write somewhere, you can write on the board as well, whiteboard as well, white blackboard as well, you can write on the wall as well, or you can write in the computer as well, right? So Spider is nothing but a platform where you will write your Python code. So similar to Spider, we have another ID named Jupyter Notebook, right? So Spider and Jupyter are two softwares on which we will be writing our Python code. So these are the Python codes. If you see these codes, these are the Python codes that we run. So the interface on which we are writing, the screen on which we are writing, the software on which we are writing is Spider, and Anaconda is nothing, a software through which you will get Spider. So once you will download Anaconda, it's like you have downloaded a Play Store. Under Play Stores, you will have the apps that you want to download. So apps will be your Spider and Jupyter Notebook on which you will be writing Python codes. Okay.
What about the
Yeah. So you will be given a certification from our side that you have successfully finished this course. So you will be provided with a certificate. Yeah. Since Python is an open source, so there is no test or an exam for the same, right? It's an open source. Open source means community runs it. There is no company who takes care of that, right? So since for example, softwares like databases like Oracle have exams because Oracle is an organization. Python is a open source. Open source doesn't have any exam, so you will get the certification from the institute itself. Any other question? We can separately talk. We'll connect on that separately.
okay?
ठीक है? Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your time. So we'll connect separately with everyone and we'll see. So we are planning a course from last week of this month, a new fresh course. So we'll be connecting and we'll be taking what are your plans, and we'll be enrolling the candidates accordingly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.